I'm Corderro McMurray, and on this episode of the Coastal Bend Black Excellence, I'm here at Coral Bean Cafe with the owner, Kurt Flowers. Kurt, thank you so much. And we also have the other barista here, Barry. I don't want to leave my man out. This guy has been making phenomenal drinks all morning, all night. It seems like night because it's early in the morning here. But
Yeah.
let's just jump into it. How did you come up with this name, Coral Bean Cafe, and how did you get all of this started here in the Coastal Bend?
I was tricked. My friend was like, hey, we're gonna start this coffee shop. I'm like, all right. I was only supposed to be doing the marketing. And then I would come back and forth and set up all the systems because I'm a systems guy. So I just make sure everything's nice and consistent and working. And then I would come back and forth. And then the second trip, COVID hit. And at that point, no one knew what it was. And we was like, ain't taking no chances. So I was like, I ain't getting back on a plane. And I've been here ever since.
Wow. And so how did you come up with the name Coral Bean Cafe?
Well, Coral Bean Cafe, I mean, we went through a lot of different names. We were going to do a music studio kind of theme. We were going to do another, I mean, we went through a lot of them. But I'm a permaculture consultant, which is, permaculture is a design science that designs sustainable human habitats that work with nature. So we're all about plants. So Coral Bean, the Botanical Garden is a landmark that's right up the street. So we say, oh, Coral Bean, coffee beans, they're red. That works. That works.
And you mentioned red, and you told me something very detailed that is really unique about y'all's cups. Red lids and white cups. What is the history? What is the significance of that?
For branding reasons, we want a red lid instead of a generic black lid. But they don't sell red lids in America. You can get them, but you have to buy like 1 million at a time. So you'll see like Dart, whatever the gas station is, they have red lids. But because they're such a large brand, they'll make it for them. So what we had to do was find red lids. So we had to go to Canada, get a Canadian address. So the Canadian company obviously doesn't ship to America. So it was shipped to our Canadian address, and then we get that forwarded here to the store. Wow. So every time we have to get red lids, it goes from Canada to, I think it's like Toronto to another place, and then it ships down here.
Wow.
Just to make sure we get the red lids.
Y'all are very just detailed in everything that you do, from cups to the place. Talk to me also about ingredients. I know you mentioned that a lot of stuff is all, like, you're naturally just doing all of this yourself. It's not store-bought stuff that you're just putting in the coffee.
So for the ingredients, I mean, like our vanilla syrup, like we make this here. So the syrup is just water and sugar, but the vanilla takes us 2 months to make. It's vanilla extract, so it's really just vodka and vanilla beans. And you stick it in there and let it ferment, you let it sit for 2 months, and you have vanilla extract. But unlike store-bought vanilla extract, there's an extra ingredient in store-bought vanilla extract to keep alcoholics and people from getting drunk off of those things. So that's that weird taste you get in the aftermath because they put that in there. But ours don't have that, so you get pure vanilla extract, and you can't beat the flavor.
Wow. And now, this series, Coastal Bend Black Excellence, I highlight a lot of, positivity within the Black community. Something that we don't see within ourselves on TV. What does it mean for y'all, black men here? You guys aren't from here, and you've opened up a cafe that's doing really, really well during a pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, that pandemic, that was rough. That was a rough beginning.
Right.
I mean, I was here by myself for like 6 months by myself running the store. So I was being a barista, I was running in the back, cooking, baking as much as I could. So I reached the theoretical limit of a Jamaican, because I'm Jamaican. So I couldn't do any more, and I called him. He was in Chicago, and then he came and started helping us, helping me. So we just put in a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. So for us, it's just getting the best ingredients that make sense and go from there. And then just always making sure we're consistent and giving the best quality possible.
What does Black excellence mean for you?
Black excellence, I mean, excellence in general is just about sacrifice. Like, you are always pushing, you're relentless going forward towards your goals. And if you're not willing to do that, I don't believe you can ever get to excellence. And I think the Black part of it is just, it creates, each kind of ethnicity has its own unique obstacles. So with that, you just, oh, I'm Black, there's certain things I know I may face, and you just push right through them either way. But excellence is excellence. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is.
Wow. You're also, the cafe has been nominated and put in for these awards and things like that. You were telling me earlier, you did all this just on a whim. You know, it wasn't really a clear mindset. This
No.
is what's going to happen. How does it feel to see the fruits and labors come through? Things are starting to, you know, go in motion, and know that people around town said, hey, this is the place to be, to try.
You know, being in Corpus, obviously, is very different than Chicago, and the people here have shown a lot of love. We've haven't, I mean, on a hand, I can count on one hand how many bad experiences we've had with people, but they're very supportive. They come in, they keep asking how's business doing, but they keep coming back. So that's the good part, that they keep coming back. So, and it's growing, and people are finding out about us. And so it's good, especially when we convert people from other coffee shops, you know, those big brands, and we go over here, and I'm like, not anymore after today. And then
That's true.
then they have it, and they're like, we ain't going back no more. And we've had people who said we're never going back, and they consistently come here. So I mean, that's like the best part of my day, getting people a great drink. They're like, wow. I'm like, that's all the hard work just paid off in that one split second.
And that drink. And real quick, I just want to talk about these two drinks. These are phenomenal. Explain to me what these two drinks are.
All right, so this is the Botanical Berry Bliss. It's actually named after him.
Oh, wow.
I was actually upset because he got a drink named after him. I got a drink named after me. But so we pureed blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. We do all the pureeing here. So we have to get them. We have to we take each individual one and make sure it ain't got no bugs in it, and wash it very thoroughly, and then we puree it. And then hibiscus, which we have dried, and we make the hibiscus here fresh, and green tea, which we also have whole leaf, which is the highest quality green tea you can get, and then we brew that here fresh also. And then with our syrup that we make here, we make it. The thing is, we don't like making sweet drinks. So if we make it sweet, we've eliminated all the hard work we've done. So we make it sweet enough to pull out the flavors, and that's it. So that's the Botanical Berry Bliss.
That's up there.
And this is the matcha Palmer. The matcha is actually coming from here locally. There's actually a matcha place here in Corpus.
Wow.
And they're actually one of the top matcha places. When you go on Amazon, they're usually on the top 3 list. So this is matcha, which is stone ground green tea. It's like super green tea. But a lot of people don't like it because it has a grassy taste to it. Mm-hmm. So what we did was add a little lemon and call it a matcha Palmer, which is the one you just made. Oh. So it's like an Arnold Palmer. It's a twist on an Arnold Palmer. You add a little lemon and just enough sugar to balance out the tartness of the lemon, and bring out and just add a little sweetness, and bam.
And that's it. You guys are doing phenomenal work. You guys don't only have drinks, but you also have food.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Really, I mean, keep coming in. Come in and get this food. I mean, go to coralbeancafe.com/vote, and that's what will help us get win the rounds of the Locals List 2020, which is the best places in Corpus Christi or the Coastal Bend area to get the areas we've been nominated for.
Thank you so much, Kurt and Barry. Y'all are doing phenomenal work. That's why I had to spotlight y'all and Coral Bean Cafe. Guys, if there are stories out there that you want to hear, follow me on social media, reach out to me, and you can follow all of that at christv.com. I'm Corderro McMurray reporting from Coral Bean Cafe. Chris, 6 News.